baseball action as the Martinsburg Bulldogs take on the Jefferson Cougars. Our pregame show brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Buy your next vehicle online and they'll deliver it to you. If you don't like it, they'll take it back. Visit them online at fordofhagerstown.com. We'll go ahead and jump into our coaches' interviews, which are brought to you by Trips Flooring. Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring needs? And call Trips Flooring at 304-229-7009 or online at tripsfloorsanding.com. We'll start with the head coach of the Jefferson Cougars, John Lowry.
Jefferson Cougars, Coach, first round of the playoffs for you guys, first playoff game. It's been a long week with all the rain. Just what's the preparation been like this week?
Well, actually, if you can go back to April the 25th, we were playing right along with our schedule. Everything was pretty much the way it should be, and since then we've only played like 2 games and part of another one. And baseball is a game that you need to play, and hopefully we can reestablish the rhythm that we had earlier in the year. When you're playing every day and you're getting your at bats, and it's just a good feeling. So now at this time of the year, the games are kind of spread out, but they're spread out for everybody. It's just not for us. But that's something that's a challenge for us to be ready to play. After having not played we played last Saturday, but it was a shortened game, and we're anxious to play. That's one thing that works in that's good. It's good.
What were you able to do during that time off?
Well, we got on the field as much as we could. We inter-squad whenever we could. Of course, we have our cage in here we can hit in. Yesterday, we went over to the Ransom Civic Center, which is a facility that we use, preseason because it's wide open and big, and you can basically take infield and so forth in there. And we were able to get in there to, get some longer throws in and that type of thing. And just trying to do what we could do. We worked out in the outfield grass. We got the machine that we can put it home plate and shoot to your outfielders so they can get the perspective of the ball coming, the angles of the ball coming off the bat and that type of thing. But there's nothing like playing. So that's the reality of it.
How would you evaluate the regular season?
Well, I thought we had a good regular season. I would like. And we need to be able to be a little more consistent offensively. But I think we did 2 things that keep you in ball games. We've pitched well and we played defense, and we won a lot of close games, and a couple games that we lost, they were close games. 1 and 2 run games. So, in games like that, a play here, a play there, make a difference, and trying to get guys to understand the significance of each pitch, and you never know which pitch or which play is going to make the difference. It's a game of concentration, but you have a pitch and you have 8 or 10 seconds for the next pitch. It's not the constant flow like it is up and down maybe in basketball or whatnot. So you got to keep that focus, and and that's what makes the game fun and challenging.
This year, new format for the postseason in terms of the teams you're playing, but in some ways it's still kind of the same format, double elimination tournament before you get to the regional championship series. I guess just your thoughts on this year. You're kind of in the group here with Spring Mills and Martinsburg opposed to normal Washington, and it was Hampshire, but they've moved down to AAA now. So just how that's changed and impacted things, and just what's it like, I guess, kind of playing in some ways a sectional game against Martinsburg. It might feel a little weird to be playing them at this point in the postseason.
Well, we used to play the sectional game against Martinsburg every year way back, but it's still the 6 teams here in the Panhandle competing for that spot. And how you pair them up to start with, that's changed a little bit based on seeding. And I think, from around the state and different perspectives and different ideas from around the state, people like the idea of the seeding and so forth. So I think it's something that they're trying. And I'm still trying to fully grasp how it's going to work beyond this year. That I think next year the tournament might expand to 8 teams at the state level. That's not an official statement. That's just something that I know that's in that's being talked about. And it's an interesting format, but again, like you say, it's still 2-3 team groups. Of course, I guess in Berkeley County it was a 4-team group, but now with Hampshire having dropped down, it makes sense that the 6 AAA schools, or six Quad A schools here in the Panhandle would be competing for the right to move on. It used to be, I remember when I was a student in school and way back, all the population density seemed to be in the Charleston area and around places like that. Now it's kind of shifted out our way.
And the last one for you here today, Coach, just your thoughts on the matchup tonight, what you guys will need to do well to get the win.
Well, we got to do what we've done all year. We've got to throw strikes. We've got to catch the ball when it's hit, and hopefully we can take advantage of offensive opportunities when they present themselves. We can hopefully have a good at-bats. We got, we do have some speed in the lineup, but, we got to be able to hit the ball. And, Martinsburg's got a strong arm out there, and at this time of the year, you're going to see everybody's best pitcher, best available pitcher, and it's going to be a fun game. Of course, it's going to be Martinsburg Jefferson too. That makes it that much more fun.
All right, Coach, thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Here's Coach Aaron Byler of the Martinsburg Bulldogs. Coach, coming off of the first-round win against Spring Mills, advancing you to the winner's bracket to take on Jefferson here today. Just your thoughts on that win, and now you've had some time off.
Yeah, it's a good thing you reminded me of that win. It feels like it's been weeks ago. Good win, to get where we want to go, you have to win the first one, so excited about that. I thought Grant pitched really well, and we were able to scratch a run there across at the end that maybe we necessarily didn't deserve or earn, but we got it. We found a way to move on, and that's what playoff baseball is all about, is finding a way to move on.
Yeah, you've had this time off. What have you been able to do during the time off to prepare for this one?
We just, on Tuesday, we were able to get in our facility and hit, and then, the beauty of having the turf was yesterday we were able to get out and at least get some infield reps and work a little outfield footwork and stuff like that. So, we've been able to practice, which has been good.
Jefferson, you went 1-on-1 against them in the regular season, got a win up here. Last time you were here, 5-3. Lost the first time. The game kind of got away from you a little bit. But overall, you guys competed with one of the best teams in the state. So just what's your thoughts on the matchup?
Yeah, obviously, they're ranked number 1 in the state. We're going to have to play really well. When you truly look at it, we have 2 kids that'll start tonight that have played in a playoff baseball game before Monday night when they got the first one. So we got to survive the early innings, give ourselves a chance. Jameer Brown on the mound tonight I think will give us a great opportunity to win, and we have to make sure we catch the baseball behind him.
And you can kind of look back on the year, that's maybe been what's held you back in a lot of Jameer's starts is sometimes some of the defensive numbers haven't been the best. Do you think there's anything that maybe he could do or you guys could change behind him that would help you with that tonight?
Oh, I think Jameer's been really good all year. His record is not a reflection of how good of a pitcher he is. The thing we can do better is catch a baseball. So hopefully we catch the baseball tonight behind him and limit the big inning and all those things. And if we do those, I think we'll give ourselves a chance.
All right, Coach, anything else?
Thanks, Nick.
Thank you.
Thank you to both teams' head coaches after our pregame interviews, and we're just about ready for first pitch, but let's go ahead and take a 1-minute break, and then we'll have it here for you between Martinsburg and Jefferson. This is West Virginia High School Baseball and Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
Jefferson High School will give you the starting lineups, which are brought to you by Floor Pools. Make every day better with a hot tub or swimming pool. Floor Pools has locations in Martinsburg, Chambersburg, and Hagerstown. First for the visitors tonight, the Martinsburg Bulldogs. Leading off will be the pitcher, Jameer Brown, batting second. The third baseman, Silas Zarnecki, batting third. The center fielder, Christian Alter, batting fourth. The right fielder, Nick Domenico, batting fifth. The shortstop, Grant Henderson, batting sixth. The designated hitter, Malachi Green, batting seventh is the first baseman, Bradley Loper. Batting eighth is the second baseman, Stephen Kaufman. And batting ninth is R.J. Brown, who's in left field here tonight. The pitch here from Jet Gross is a little bit high for ball one. First pitch brought to you by the Murius Group at Ameriprise Financial Advisors, John Everson and Phil McCoy. Stop by 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg. Call 304-263-4343. So 1-0 count here to Brown. And Jameer's going to send this one into right field. Healy is back, and he'll make the catch in the shaded part of the field for out number one. First lead alongside me, Trip Tobin. Trip, Martinsburg, Jefferson, and the winner's bracket here. Had some good baseball last night, and now we're back with this side of the bracket again after some rain.
Yeah, a lot of rain. Great job by the guys down here at Jefferson getting this field ready. Beautiful day here, sun's out, and, good, beautiful postseason baseball weather.
And we'll see two of the better pitchers in the EPAC as Gross misses there for ball one. I feel like we're kind of saying that every night, though. I mean, these teams have a lot of pitching, a lot of talent. As here's a called strike one to Zarnecki. 1-1 count here on him. But
yeah.
Jet Gross is maybe the EPAC player of the year this year.
He can make a statement. He certainly makes a as ball strike comes in there. He certainly has a bid for it there. I would assume that he would certainly be nominated for it with his record. A lot of guys out there that have played really well this year, and he's one of them.
1-2 count. This one misses a little bit low here for a ball to Zarnecki.
Matt Heidel behind the plate here. Jet Gross trying to hook up with Matt Heidel. Cole Smith, Jet Gross, the battery mate.
This one popped up into left center field. And coming over and making the catch is Sam Hefner for the out. Now 2 away here in the inning. Martinsburg's made contact but hasn't been able to find any open space here early on. Christian Alter coming to the plate, the Bulldogs' number 3 hitter. You mentioned there, of course, Gross on the mound doing the catching. Cole Smith. Our starting batteries brought to you by Cody's Auto Body at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. Call 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page. This pitch here from Gross to Alter is an off-speed pitch that hits the zone for strike one.
Alter coming in here looking to improve on his season. He's wasn't particularly happy with his season, but certainly heated up here at the end.
Again, he goes to that curveball, and this time, though, it misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. Top half of the first inning brought to you by the Brown Funeral Home and Cremations. Robert Fields and Sons, proudly serving the area since 1880. As it's 1-1 count, 2 outs here on Christian Alter, and he'll send that one foul the opposite way. Bring it to a 1 ball, 2 strike count.
Yeah, Jets getting Martinsburg under the ball here. The soft contact, fly balls, but that second pitch there, he kind of slide-stepped, or I don't know if he lost his footing or what, but he kind of quick pitched, and that curveball never had a chance there, so it's something you don't see out of him much. Wonder what happened out there on the mound on that one.
1-2 from Gross. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Alter goes down swinging here. It's a 1-2-3 inning. In the top of the first, we'll head to the bottom half of the inning after this 1-minute break. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
You have choices when it comes to appliance repair, but before you call a large corporate chain, consider what BW Appliance brings to the table. BW Appliance Repair offers fast in-home appliance repair services to the eastern panhandle of West Virginia, including Jefferson County and Berkeley County. We strive for professionalism, dedication, and honesty. Call us today at 304-279-8858 to schedule immediate service. You can also visit us online at bwappliance.repair.
From breathtaking outdoors to unique local eats, world-class geocaching, and thriving local culture, Martinsburg, Berkeley County, West Virginia is where you can live your adventure. Berkeley County offers fantastic outdoor experiences, from our rugged hiking paths to scenic nature paths, public parks, fishing streams, and nature preserves. Cap off your outdoor adventures with a stroll through historic downtown Martinsburg. Join us and immerse yourself in our rich local history and scenic surroundings. Check out upcoming events and plan your adventure at travelwv.com.
on the mound today for the Bulldogs, the big right-hander, against this Jefferson lineup. The catcher for him will be Cole Smith. That's the Martinsburg defense. Not Cole Smith. It will be Braden Fox. Zarnecki down there at third. Henderson at short today. Kaufman at second. Loper at first. And it's Brown, Alter, Domenico from left to right in the outfield. Cougar lineup. Leading off will be Sam Hefner. And then Dominguez and then Guerra due up here in the bottom half of the first inning. No score between Martinsburg and Jefferson. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Trip Tobin. Our bottom half of the first inning brought to you by the Larry DeMarco team at Century 21 Modern Realty Results. Looking for a home in the tri-state area? Then call the Larry DeMarco team at 304-250-3551 or visit them online at www.modernrealtyresults.com. Trip, we saw this matchup earlier in the year. Jameer out there on the mound against Jefferson. It was a 9-1 win in favor of Jefferson, but looking back on that game, a lot of mistakes from Martinsburg in the field, things just not really going their way. And after a hot start for Jefferson, we saw Jameer really settle in and actually pitch pretty well.
Yeah, he pitched really well. I mean, he had that first inning that things just didn't go well. I think he got down 4-0, and there he ran out of pitches there and it got away from him late. But that game wasn't indicative of what these two teams bring to the table.
This one popped up in the air. It's actually a hopper over toward Silas Zarnecki, and Zarnecki fields it off the bounce and throws to first for the first out. So one pitch, one away here to begin things.
I think one thing we want to talk about is what Coach John Lowry Sr. talked about in the beginning was, playing a lot of games, getting your reps, getting in the flow. The last time that Martinsburg beat Jefferson, they were on a 6-day layoff, and today makes the 6-day layoff also for Jefferson since their last game.
And it is a 5-3 win here at Sager Field, as this one's in there for a called strike. In that game also, Martinsburg found itself down early, 3-0 to the Cougars. But after that, Grant Henderson settled in, and the Martinsburg offense had a pretty solid game. And the Cougars had a lot of defensive miscues as Brown hits the zone there to get ahead here 0-2 on Dominguez.
Brown looks sharp here early.
And the 0-2 pitch hit on the ground towards second. Kaufman will field it, throw to first in time for the out. So 2 away here already.
Dominguez got down 0-2, had to chase that curveball to protect the plate there as Brown went middle away. He started that thing in the middle, went away, and the Dominguez doing what the Jefferson guys do is not strike out and make the other team, the defensive team make a play, and Kaufman was up to the task.
Yeah, you mentioned that as well, the lack of strikeouts, but they were sent down 10 times last time these two teams met. It's a very weird game. Martinsburg only struck out 4 times, and they've kind of been known for, unfortunately, having some issues with the strikeouts this year. There's a 1-0 count here to Guerra. Next one misses low and outside for ball 2.
Yeah, that first pitch was a borderline pitch there that Jameer came in on him and just inside enough. Now he found himself down 2-0. 2 outs. You got to be careful here. A lot of power. First base is open. Not that you want to put anybody on 2 outs, but you don't want to groove one either.
2-0 pitch is fouled away by Guerra for a foul ball leading to a strike. 2-1 count.
That's a great pitch by Jameer, not giving in. Guerra certainly setting 2-0. Smart kid. Smart offensive player. Looking for his pitch, looking for a fastball over the plate. Jameer just got it in on his hands just enough.
Next pitch. That's a strike for strike 2. It hits the outside corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs here. No score between Jefferson and Martinsburg. Bottom half of the first inning from Sager Field. And the next pitch is low in the dirt for ball 3. So it's a full count here on Guerra, first baseman for the Cougars.
Again, you just want to be smart here. You don't want to put anything in there middle. Make a competitive pitch here. See what Guerra can do with it. Something that he can't handle. Guerra's looking for, a 3-2 fastball, looking for his pitch. Base hit or ball 4.
3-2. Off-speed pitch. Guerra sends it the opposite way into right field. That will get down for extra bases as it's going to roll all the way to the wall. Domenico comes up throwing, but Surf Guerra is in there with a double with 2 outs here in the bottom half of the inning.
Yeah, dangerous hitter there. Like I said, he was in the hitter's count basically the whole time. And that's something you don't want to be. You know, Gary's going to win that battle more than he loses it. So, good job for him. You know, getting in that hitter's count, looking for his pitch, setting on the 2-0. You know, looking for a fastball 3-2. Got it. Didn't try to do too much with it. Just went with the outer half fastball. Brown hit his spot and tip his cap to Gare for not trying to pull it or roll it over and going with it, taking it into the right field corner for a double.
So Cole Smith will come to the plate, and this one's hit right back up the middle off of Jameer and then past the glove of Loper. That will roll into right field. Gare is going to come around to score, and the Cougars take a 1-0 lead on some Martinsburg miscues and honestly some just unlucky bounces as well. Advancing to second on the throw is Smith. So Jefferson all of a sudden with 2 outs. You get that 2-out double trip, and just something goes wrong, and it ends up being a 1-0 lead here for Jefferson.
Yeah, I don't know how you scored. It hit Jameer on the foot, I believe. It looked like it was going to be a beautiful ricochet over to Loper, and it had a crazy cue on it. Loper wasn't able to grab it off the turf. It ended up in the outfield. It looked like it was going to be a great break for Martinsburg. It turned out to be a good break for Jefferson as Martinsburg then turned around and threw it past Fox to the backstop, which allowed the runner to move up, Cole Smith.
This one now gets away from the catcher, Fox, as it heads underneath his glove, and the runner advances from second to third.
This has been basically just about every one of Jameer's starts. Can't get the bounce to just quite go his way. A game of inches has constantly been against him, but you can't do that against Jefferson. They will take benefit of your mistakes. They'll benefit from your mistakes if you give them a chance. Trying to look over, trying to watch the umpire there as he pointed. I thought he was pointing at something, but lost my train of thought.
1-1 count here. Healy's going to send this the opposite way. That is a foul ball down the line where it could have been trouble, and we would have had another Cougar run.
Yeah, Jefferson does a great job of just going with the pitch. They know Jameer likes to work away from these guys, and a lot of high school hitters will just roll over, the outer half pitch. It's hard for them to handle. Guerra took the 3-2 outer half pitch, went with it, and Liam Healy here went to 3-2, or the 1-1 pitch on the outer half and went with it.
Next pitch hit into right center field, and coming over making the catch is Nick Domenico for the final out, but Jefferson does get a run. 1-0 Cougars as we head to the second. This is West Virginia High School Baseball and Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Remember all the sports we played when we were kids? Oh yeah, swimming, tennis, basketball, football, soccer, track. I loved winning. I still do. Our competitive spirit is still going strong. But now we use it to win for our clients. If you've been hurt in almost heaven, call the Sevens, 304-777-7777.
SkinnerWins.com.
Cougars here as we head to the top half of the second inning. Don't know where I got sixth inning from. Brought to you by the personal injury attorneys.
One more inning, we're out of here.
Armin and Jenkinson. Visit BurkeandSchultz.com. We play hardball. First leaning alongside me, Trip Tobin. Some weird plays, unfortunately not going Jameer's way out there on the mound. But for Jefferson, you got to give credit to them as well. You get that double, and if it doesn't hit Brown's foot, it's an easy base hit up the middle for Cole Smith as well. So that's one way of looking at it.
Yeah, and it may not have been, with Alter out there, charging, Guerra may not score on that, but when it gets kicked around, it gets to right field. So, but just kind of how it's gone for Jameer starts at Martinsburg, showing that resilience to see what they can do.
Yep, here Domenico will lead things off, and he's fooled by that first pitch from Jet Gross. It was a 1-2-3 inning for the Cougars defense in that top of the first. It looked like Martinsburg was going to respond with something similar. for the Guerra double, and this time Domenico takes this one for a called strike 2, so he's quickly behind 0-2.
Back-to-back curveballs, and got himself in a pitcher's count.
Gross working quickly here on 0-2. And that one misses for ball 1.
Yeah, so anyway, if you're watching on TV, you're wondering about that last thing. That was a base hit for Cole Smith, and then error on the throw home.
So swing and a miss, strike 3. It's back-to-back strikeouts for Jet Gross, and he continues to light it up this year in the strikeout category. I believe that's his 70th of the season.
Yeah, he's been phenomenal this year. Like I say, there's been some phenomenal pitching performances from a lot of these. It's easy I say it's not easy, but it's the first pitch here. It's not particularly a huge feat to have a game or two here and there against a AAA, AA school when you're a quad A, but some of these guys here have just dominated against some very good EPAC competition and competition around the state.
1-0 is a called strike, 1-1 count. Strikeout number 68. He had 66 coming in to the game here tonight.
Jet has faced some really good competition. So has Jameer. So has Henderson is at the plate right now.
1-1 to Grant. Swing and a miss for strike 2.
The EPAC Player of the Year. Everybody's talking about it. There's been some great performances this year from some guys that get these two guys here, batter, hitter, pitcher, batter, two of the best pitchers by far in the top of most of all the major categories.
1-2. Swing and a foul tip into the glove for the strikeout. That's 3 in a row now for Jet Gross, and Malachi Green will try to end that streak here for the Bulldogs.
You're back to the Player of the Year. You've got J.P. Sweeney down at Spring Mills, who's been a tremendous two-way. Landon Pence, crazy numbers out there at Hedgesville on the two-way side of it. So, there's been some great candidates for it out there. Jameer Brown doesn't have the win-loss record that he should have, but his two-way numbers are great. Just a pile of players.
Yeah, it's not obvious like last year, right? Carson Buber was pretty easy.
Braden Edwards down at Washington, his pitching and hitting is good, two-way. It's going to be a race. I don't think it's going to be a runaway by any means. There's a pile of guys that are in the running there.
1-1 count here. 2 outs on Malachi Green, the left-handed hitting DH here today. He swings and misses for strike 2. And it seems like Trip Martinsburg going with maybe a little bit more of a defensive-minded lineup today against the Cougars.
Yeah, Kaufman out there keeping their outfield strong.
1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3 for Green. That's 4 straight punch-outs for Jet Gross. And now he's got 70 on the year as we will head to the bottom half of the second. 1-0 Jefferson, West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
At Carter Myers Automotive, what we do today will tomorrow become what we've done. That's why Owners Just Do More no longer defines us. Our work is never done because what we live by doesn't have a finish line. We care. Our company of owners is moving lives forward every day by finding more ways to care before, during, and after your purchase. Because when you're happy, so are we. Carter Myers Automotive. Proud to be the owners who just care more.
Carpet World is more than just carpet. Carpet World specializes in a complete selection of hardwood floors by respected names like Armstrong, Bruce, Shaw, and Mohawk, and tile by Dowell Tile, American Oleum, and Mannington for all rooms in your home. And Carpet World can update your bathroom shower with very attractive ceramic tile walls and floor. Financing with up to 12 months deferred interest is available, along with experienced quality installation at Carpet World, 2330 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. CarpetWorldofMartinsburg.com.
1-0 Jefferson. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Trip Tobin. Kyler High, Alec Epperson, our cameramen. Tom McLaughlin, our on-site producer. And back in the studio, Dylan Bishop. As we head here to the bottom half of the second inning, which is brought to you by the Berkeley County Health Department. Prevent, Promote, Protect, offering public, clinical, and environmental services at 122 Waverly Court in Martinsburg. Braden Oviedo will lead things off here in the 6th hole tonight.
Yeah, move down the 6th hole there, a little more of an RBI spot. So the 2 spot there moves some a little more speed up there in the 2 spot. So Jefferson moving things around there, try to figure out a way to attack this Martinsburg pitching staff.
First pitch to Oviedo is a called strike one.
Sun's down in the third baseman's eye. The left fielder's out there. R.J. Brown all covering their face. Sunglasses on Grant. It's shortstop.
Next pitch, a breaking ball that just misses for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Good curveball there. Good job by Ovi to stay off of it. That thing was right over the plate till a late break.
1-1 from Brown. Another curveball. This one misses a little bit high. It's a 2-1 count.
Yeah, that one stayed up. Martinsburg looking to attack Oviedo away as catcher moves out.
2-1. This one popped up and fouled away.
If you go get that, Colin, you get a freezy pop. If you get 3, you can bring 1 to both of us. Me and Nick over here.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
2-2 from Jameer Brown. Hit on the ground toward third. Zarnecki fields it cleanly and throws to first in time for the out. So Oviedo rounds out to his fellow third baseman.
Nice job there. That ball kind of short hopped. Zarnecki did a great job staying with it here. Liam Sager going to come to the plate, batting for the left fielder, Brady Roberts here.
Yep, Liam Sager, the DH today.
Moulton on deck. Lots of right-handers in this lineup.
Pitch here. Misses outside for ball 1. 1-0 count. 1 out.
Jameer's going to want to get that 0-0 curveball over, in a competitive area or even a strike to see what they'll do with it.
That one bounces.
I think it was coming right at you. I was trying to protect you, Nick.
I appreciate it. Luckily, the fence held it as well.
There's a little hole right there.
Yeah, it could, I guess, maybe sneak its way through there, but I don't think if it did, would really be able to do too much after that. But the 2-0 from Brown is a called strike 1, 2 balls and a strike.
It wouldn't hurt Colin's hard head. They'd have to get a new ball after that.
The 2-1 from Jameer Brown hit the opposite way by Sager and foul down the right field line.
Sager got on it, but he was way behind it. Sager's sophomore, a lot of power there in that swing, but Jefferson's just continues to bring young talent up to this varsity level, and they're very competitive and
2-2.
Well coached.
Curveball got him swinging for strike 3. Jameer Brown with his first strikeout of the evening.
There's that competitive curveball.
I'll bring Moulton to the plate, another one of those younger guys in this Cougar lineup. And the first pitch to him with 2 outs is a big swing and a miss for strike 1.
He wanted that one, but that thing fell off the table there. That fastball was, he worked downhill on that one, did Jameer, and got under the bat there of Moulton. But Moulton, young guy, not fearing the postseason here against Jameer, took a big hack at it.
The 0-1. There's that curveball again, and it hits the zone for strike 2.
There's the curveball he needs early in the count. He wants to stay in pitcher's counts. That the one that breaks away and into the dirt's not competitive enough for Jefferson to chase.
The 0-2. Curveball again, swing and a miss, strike 3. Jameer Brown with back-to-back strikeouts. At the end, the bottom of the second inning. We'll head to the third, 1-0 Cougars. This is EPAC Baseball in the playoffs on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
Hey, it's Cody from Cody's Auto Body.
You're a potty mouth.
But we do a really great job fixing cars after an accident.
I know, but you're still a potty mouth.
I'm possibly the best friend you could ever have.
You are, but potty mouth.
If you need your car repaired, come to Cody's Auto Body, located at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. Because that's Cody's with a T for f***ing trust.
See? Potty mouth.
Leave me alone.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Brought to you by WV Medicine, Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, leading healthcare here and everywhere. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Trip Tobin. So we into the top of the third. Jet Gross remains on the mound. He's been good so far for the Bulldogs, or for the Cougars against the Bulldogs. 3 straight strikeouts there in the second inning.
And 14 batters have come to the plate. 6 of them have struck out, so nearly a 50% strikeout rate here for these two pitchers as Jameer got a little late start, but starting to pick back up here. Getting into a little bit of a pitcher duel here. Bradley Loper coming to the plate. He was a big hero in the Spring Mills game. Went off the wall there and ultimately come around to score.
Yeah, starting to heat up a good bit. Had the home run the other night against Broadfording. So, see what Loper can do here.
Lefty on lefty.
And the first pitch from Jet Gross starts him with a curveball that runs inside for ball 1. Loper, Kaufman, Brown due up here. And the 1-0 hits the zone for a call and strike. 1 ball, 1 strike.
They didn't have diet.
And the 1-1 pitch. Called strike 2 here on Bradley Loper. Left-handed hitting first baseman for the Bulldogs.
Jet's doing a great job of staying in pitchers' counts here, keeping those guys from being able to sit on his fastball.
The 1-2 just missed.
That was a tough one here to take. Bradley Loper up there, seen closer than I am, but it looked like it broke away there late.
2-2. Next pitch from Gross. Swing and a miss, strike 3. It's a drop third strike. Throw down to first will be in time from Cole Smith. Peguera for the out.
It's all right in this book is K.
Recently, yes.
Jets on 5 straight.
Yeah.
So actually we've seen 1, 2, 3, 5 straight. And 2 out of Jefferson.
7 out of the last 8 guys. That's right.
A lot of guys.
So if you go to both sides, here's the pitch to Kaufman. Low for ball 1.
Jet Kaufman basically telling the defense, take the night off so far.
Yeah, makes it easy on them.
Just bring me Cole Smith and the first baseman. We'll get her done.
Next pitch, called a strike, 1-1 count here on Kaufman with a pretty rare opportunity for him.
Martinsburg needs to get that ball in play, put some pressure on Jefferson's defense.
Only his 8th at-bat of the season, 9th plate appearance, depending on, I guess, what he does here.
Jet Gross got that that pink arm sleeve on.
And the 1-2 from Gross, trying to make it 6 in a row, and he does. Swing and a miss, strike 3. These aren't even backwards Ks either, Trip. We're riding normal Ks. R.J. Brown will come to the plate, the left fielder, trying to break out on the Bulldog slump of 6 straight strikeouts.
Yes, since the Zarnicki flew out, Brown flew out to right, Zarnicki to center, and after that it's been all strikeouts.
Called strike 1 here to R.J. Brown.
He continues to pound the zone and attack. Margaret's going to have to get figured out what this buzzsaw that Jet Gross is right now.
RJ's going to send this one into right center field, and that will get down for a base hit. Perfect game is gone here in 2 2/3 in. And RJ Brown continues to heat up at the plate out of the 9-hole for the Martinsburg Bulldogs with a single there.
Yeah, RJ's getting hot, earlier in the year. He had a lot of struggles, getting the ball in play, not seeing it very well. and upset with himself, getting in his own head. Strikeout numbers were up, and then continue to grind and continue to get those at bats. But Coach Bauer said at the beginning of the year, a lot of these guys just need reps, and that was with R.J. Brown. Didn't get a lot of varsity at bats last year. Here he is heating up late in the season after getting plenty of reps.
This one high to Jameer Brown.
Not only is Jet, tough on the mound, but he's tough on the run game as a lefty. He's got a great pickoff move. He moves to the plate well. He changes his looks.
Pitch here from Brown is low and inside for a ball, so 2-0. I'm sorry, from Gross to Brown. And Coach John Lowry's coming out.
2-0 count. Here comes Coach John Lowry. Going to have a quick meeting with him.
What's he going to tell him, Drew?
I wish we had him mic'd up sometimes. That'd be awesome, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be cool.
When you're interviewing him, could you ever, sneak a mic on him or something? Tag him?
Yeah, we could probably ask. I don't know if he'd be in favor of it or not.
He definitely wouldn't be in favor if you snuck one on him and
no.
Eavesdropped, right? Yeah.
Technically, I guess it would maybe be legal in the state of West Virginia. It's
what do I think he said, though? I think he said, hey, chasing strikeouts here, don't throw the contact, top of their order. Let's not give up this run here, by throwing the ball in the dirt or something down. Let's see, see how it throw it across the plate.
Pitch here. Misses inside for ball 3, so Jameer Brown gets ahead 3-0, and all of a sudden Martinsburg could be in a great situation to tie this game up or maybe start a little bit of a rally.
Jefferson got their run with 2 outs. Nobody on.
Sometimes all it takes is just that first guy to get on, and then you get him out of the stretch, and it throws everything off, and here's ball 4.
Ball 4 to the pitcher, Jameer Brown. That puts R.J. Brown in scoring position with speed.
Zarnecki flew out his first time, so he's proven at least an ability to make contact against Gross, as Gross will take a long trot around the outside of the mound. They'll bring on the courtesy runner, Spiker, for Jameer Brown.
What I think John really said was it's 2-0. Jameer Brown's one of their best hitters. He's hot. Been hot. He has home run power. You can't groove it. Be competitive. If you put him on, we'll attack the next 2 guys. Probably is kind of what he said, I would imagine.
Pitch here to Zarnecki. A little bit inside for ball 1.
A lot of times in these games, these tight games, pitchers goes like this. One mistake, could cost you the game even this early.
Gross will throw back behind the runner, and luckily Dominguez was able to make a nice athletic play on it, or that might have headed into center field.
I'll tell you that if it was on target, it had a shot of getting R.J. Brown's a great move as Jeff King out there made the safe signal.
Next pitch from Gross, again low for another ball, so
suddenly he's been 6 balls in a row after the base hit.
Yeah, 6 straight strikeouts turned into 6 straight balls.
Sometimes you got to get the guy in the stretch. So you think about it, R.J. Brown gets on, suddenly Jet's in the stretch, and he hadn't been in the stretch today yet, so he's got to find his release point there, got to find his delivery.
The 2-0. Called strike 1. So Gross here gets the strike across. Runners on first and second for the Bulldogs. It's Spiker running for Jameer Brown at first and R.J. Brown over there on second. Zarnecki's going to pop this one into the sky on the infield, and Dominguez comes over from shortstop and makes the play over at second for the out. So a little bit of a threat there from the Bulldogs after the R.J. Brown single, but no damage done. Zarnecki flies out to end the inning, and we will head to the bottom half of the third. The top of the fourth. Bottom of the third. I don't know what I'm saying right now. Bottom half of the third inning with Martinsburg trailing Jefferson 1-0.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, shrimp nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
We're back here at Sager Field, 1-0 Cougars. Bottom half of the third inning, brought to you by the Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Company's reliable coverage since 1877. Call 304-263-0809 for a quote today or visit fmiwv.com.
Chet Gross coming to the plate, not being DH for tonight.
No.
Must have showed him something there, a little bit of that hitting approach.
Well, he hit pretty well for them last year, especially in the playoffs. Batting about 260 this season, so had his moments. His first pitch from Jameer Brown is a called strike one. 9-1-2 hitters due up. Gross, Hefner, Dominguez here for the Cougars. And the 0-1 from Jameer Brown is low for ball one.
Yeah, speaking as he's being recruited a bit here, some of the college coaches that I've spoken to about him have asked me, has he settled to be a PO? Because, we've seen him play the outfield and swing the bat, and it's pretty impressive as well. So
here's a breaking ball, called a strike, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
He definitely has two-way capabilities, especially at this high school level.
Yeah, sometimes I think for Jefferson, it's just they have so many guys they got to get in the lineup that they
so much talent.
Want to make sure everybody gets some at-bats. The 1-2. Misses low for ball 2, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And Jet, you look at him from this point last year to now, the growth, not just in his ability and his talent and experience, but just his physical growth. He's gotten, bigger, stronger.
The 2-2. Curveball misses outside for ball 3. I think around this point, though, last year is when we started to see some of his potential. Maybe a little bit earlier in the season, but you knew that he was coming on well for this team as a pitcher and a hitter, and then had a big summer for you guys and has done well this year as well.
Yeah, he's really grown up.
3-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Jameer Brown continues to work the strikeout pitch now. It's 3 straight strikeouts for Jameer.
These EPAC pitchers are hard on these EPAC hitters.
Yeah. Like I said, it feels like every night we're talking about a great pitching matchup, at least on paper.
Yeah, it's going to be really tough. I wouldn't want to be the guy I had to pick that EPAC Player of the Year. There's each one. A lot of these candidates bring a lot of different qualities to the game.
Pitch here to Hefner. Is a called strike 1. Hefner grounded out his first time.
First pitch of the game.
Yeah, that's true. Takes a pitch here, and now the 0-1. He's going to swing and foul it down the third base line.
And this is when Jameer, is going to find out he gets ahead in the count. He's tough. It's when he got behind to a couple guys. That's when they got a little barrel on the ball. We got behind to Garrett, had to feed him there. That's what hurt him there.
The 0-2. Misses outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
The difference with Guerra, in a hitter's count is, Jameer has to go after him because he got protection behind him in Cole Smith, one of the best batting averages in the state, and the state's #1 catcher.
1-2 misses inside for ball 2.
Martinsburg has a lot of youth.
This whole lineup seems to have protection.
Yeah, and Martinsburg has a lot of youth where you can pick and choose who you want to attack. If you get behind in Jameer, maybe you want to attack sophomore. It's up next or something like that. But Jefferson makes you throw the ball over the plate, and they hit 1 through 9.
2-2. Foul away. Hefner battling here. Good at bat from the center fielder.
Can't wait to get him in that red, white, and blue uniform this summer. See,
he's a newcomer, right, for you guys?
Yeah, he's coming over this year. He's going to man the outfield.
2-2 count. Fouled away.
With that speed of his, going to add speed kills, athleticism. Probably still won't be able to beat me in a 60-yard dash at practice, but
who can?
Who can?
Yeah. 2-2, misses low and outside for ball 3.
Of course, I start on the 40-yard.
You still might not win that one.
Jameer has a good job by Hefner here getting himself back after that 0-2 start. Seeing some good pitches here.
3-2.
Jameer trying for his 4th straight strikeout.
Pitch from Jameer Brown is hit toward the shortstop, Grant Henderson, right on the line for the out.
He hit her hard, but right at Jameer. Right at Grant.
Usually where Jameer would be if he wasn't pitching.
Still a good bat by Hefner. He barrels it up. Quality at bat, quality out. Gets down 0-2, sees 4 more pitches.
Ended our strikeout streak. So that's always good. If you can put the ball in play, you never know what will happen, especially at the high school level. But Dominguez here grounded out earlier to the second baseman. I'm sorry, grounded out to the pitcher.
Second baseman.
Oh, no. Okay, I just can't read my own handwriting.
Can't read your. He grounded out to Kaufman there between first and second.
1-1 count. And the next pitch from Jameer Brown is hit into right field, right to the right fielder, Domenico, for the final out of the inning. So we'll head to the 4th. 1-0. Jefferson leads Martinsburg. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Happiness grows here. Orr's Farm Market.
Spring has sprung. Time to head to Orr's Farm Market to find your flowers, veggie plants, bagged mulches, and potting soil. Visit our bakery counter to try our new homemade quiches, pepperoni rolls, and don't forget our pie flavor of the month, Boston cream pie. We have West Virginia food products, local coffee, honey, maple syrup, dairy, and meat. We have 25 new Orr's jam and salsa flavors for you to try. Check us out at orrsfarmmarket.com. And remember, Orr's Farm Market, happiness grows here.
Our score, 1-0 Jefferson. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Trip Tobin. As we welcome you to the top half of the 4th inning. Brought to you by the Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, representing accident and injury claims for over 50 years. Go to SkinnerWins.com. 1-0 Cougars. Pretty much, though, outside of a few weird plays in that first inning, it has been 2 very good pitching performances so far. But Jefferson able to take the lead after a double from Guerra, and then ruled a single, but an error on a throw after the ball was hit right back of the middle, hits off of, I believe, Jameer Brown's foot, and then rolled past the glove of first baseman Bradley Loper into right field. And an error on the throw, run comes across to score, and that is how Jefferson took the 1-0 lead. But besides that, both pitchers have been very, very good so far.
Been very good, yeah. It's been pretty much a pitcher's duel. And, except for that, like I say, that double that got down the line, and then that crazy play that kicked off of the pitcher's mound, went towards first, ended up having a crazy spin on it, got out in the right field.
Christian Alter here behind no balls and 2 strikes for Alter. He struck out his first time back in the first inning as a 1-2-3 inning for Jet Gross. Pair of flyouts and a strikeout in that first inning. Gross here, the lefty, delivers, and Alter goes down, gets that one, and then fouls it away.
Yeah, Gross has went 3 innings, of course, and a couple pitches here to Alter, but 45 pitches, 29 for strikes, 1 hit, no runs. Got 6 strikeouts already after 3 innings. And only that 1 walk to Jameer Brown that I believe was a walk around.
The 0-2 off-speed pitch gets Alter swinging for the second time here today. And Jet Gross with now his 7th strikeout of the evening.
Well, on the other side, you have Jameer Brown at 45 pitches, 30 for strike 7 in 3 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, 3 strikeouts, no walks. So these 2 guys are getting after it here.
And pretty much the same pitch count and very efficient so far. So the pitch here to Domenico is high and outside for ball 1. Domenico struck out his first time, and they check down, and they're going to rule that a strike. So
I'm not sure if it was, but I'm not there. But it looked like he just kind of checked it. But again, we can't see from this angle.
The 0-1. This is low this time for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike.
The sun's in everybody's eyes down there, even the umpire.
Yeah. And, of course, for us, we are behind the plate here, field level, so kind of hard to tell most things, but there's a called strike.
Either way, and if he couldn't see it, he had a 50-50 chance of getting it right.
Yeah, it's true. The 1-2. Just a little bit low that time for ball 2.
Yeah, a little low. According to the umpire, Matt Heidel. Again, Heidel behind the plate. Alderman at first. Jeff King at second. Tim Offit at third.
The 2-2. Check swing again. And he went around again, according to the third base umpire. So strike 3 for Domenico. And back-to-back strikeouts as Jet Gross is right back to his strikeout pitch, it seems.
I don't know what Tim Offit or what Domenico did to Tim there, but he got him twice on that.
Curveball in there for a strike here to Grant Henderson, who struck out his last time back in the second inning.
Take nothing away from Jet Gross, so those are very competitive, tough pitches to lay off of.
The 0-1, a little bit high that time. Ball 1, 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, Gross has been rolling through this Bulldog lineup so far. The next pitch fouled away.
Already at 8 strikeouts and we're early in the 4th inning.
Yeah, just 1 hit, 1 walk. Both of those coming in the 3rd with 2 outs. So
again, these EPAC pitchers put up video game numbers, and it's not that the EPAC hitters aren't good. They're good. It's just the pitching is phenomenal.
The 1-2. Missed low there for ball 2. Cougars ready to head to the dugout.
The coaches are coming out of the dugout. The defenders are going in the dugout, but Matt Heidel says, hey, boys, we're going to see at least 1 more pitch.
Yep, 2-2 count here once again. 2 outs in the pitch from Jet Gross. This time gets him looking for strike 3, and that will end the inning. Grant Henderson goes down with the strikeout. It's 1-0 Cougars. And the Cougars are coming back to the plate. It's West Virginia High School Playoff Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
9 strikeouts.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC. Do you have someone in a nursing home, or are you worried about somebody you love going into a nursing home? The law firm of Daniel Staggers can protect your assets. Call the law firm of Daniel Staggers today at 304-267-3915. The Daniel Staggers Law Firm does elder care law, estate planning, and special needs trusts for disabled children and family members. Visit the Daniel Staggers Law Firm for your initial free consultation at 133 East John Street in Martinsburg. The Daniel Staggers Law Firm, when you need asset protection for you or for a family member.
Jefferson. 1-0 Cougars as we head here to the bottom half of the fourth inning. Brought to you by Floor Pools. Make every day better with a hot tub or swimming pool. Floor Pools has locations in Martinsburg, Chambersburg, and Hagerstown. Trip, we were talking about the possibilities there for Spring Mills tomorrow. I mean, with the rain, they have everybody eligible. So.
Yeah, I mean, the rain comes in, actually you could, you have Sweeney eligible, but, probably not use them in a short start when you have Cumley, Butts, and all those guys down there that have thrown the ball really well. So, they could, make a splash. This rain helped them as well.
This one's hit down the left field line, but heading out of play, and it will be out of play, but R.J. Brown gave it a good run.
He chased it down as far as he could chase it until he ran into that wall out there of a chain link fence.
Yep.
Try to get Colin to go down and get it so he can get a freeze pop.
Yeah, probably going to be beat to it, though, now. He's not really hustling. So
No, but he might be able to grab it from one of them little kids.
Yeah.
Wrestle him down.
I could see Colin doing that for sure. 0-1 count here. Misses outside for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike here on Guerra. Double last time and then came around to score. He's the reason, or one of the big reasons, why it's 1-0. And the 1-1 bouncer for ball 2.
Yeah, on deck, Cole Smith. Top-rated catcher here in the state. Batting average is pretty phenomenal, batting over 400. And he's having himself a year here.
Yeah, I mean, he hit that ball very hard up the middle as well. 2-1. In there for a called strike. So this part of the order, I mean, we talk about obviously this whole Jefferson lineup seems to have good hitters, but you definitely don't want to put somebody on or put somebody in scoring position with Smith and that batting average being the way that it is, as this one misses outside for ball 3.
Yeah, like I said, it's hard to pitch around Guerra when you have Smith on deck the way he's been hitting. So, that's helped Guerra, of course. You had Oviedo up there at times. That, hard to pitch around him to get to Guerra.
3-2 misses outside, ball 4. So Guerra draws the walk, and now Cole Smith will hit with a runner on first.
That's one thing you don't want to do with this lineup. Now you batting 400 or 450 or 600 to John Lowry doesn't matter. You better be ready for the bunt possibly here as they play very fundamental station-to-station baseball. Looks like Zarnecki's going to stay back. Possibly he's not going to play. He's just going to play even. Cole Smith's back in the box, not really giving up that he's going to bunt.
First pitch misses outside for ball 1.
Maybe looking at possibly, giving him a cut, see if, before he puts it on. Sometimes you let him take a swing, one for you, one for the team, or at least make Jameer throw a strike before you put it on, possibly after the walk.
1-0. Smith foul it away.
Or you just let your best average on the team swing away. A lot of options when you have that kind of talent at the plate.
Batting .417 on the year is Smith. .520 on base. Slugging percentage of .583. As the 1-1 count here, the pitch to Smith. Runs inside for ball 2.
This sounds like my numbers in the wiffle ball league we play. Except I got 7 home runs.
Yeah, he doesn't have a home run, for whatever that's worth, but it does have 6 doubles and 2 triples, so not bad speed for a catcher either.
Yeah, he's hit the ball really well this year, in the gaps. And just really a great job of maturing. Bad in his time last year. Certainly took a shot, had an opportunity last year to win that catcher's job. Jefferson had the senior there, but he did a great job, had a great summer, kept working, worked hard all winter, and won this job hands down, and certainly proven why he deserves to be, one of the best, statistically the best catcher in the state, on the number 1 team in the state. Seeing some very good pitching with that target on your back as the number 1 team in the state. It's not like you get a lot of slouch pitchers,
2-1 count here on Smith. That one runs inside for ball 3. So Smith ahead here, 3-1 count. Guerra over there on first, and Martinsburg could be in some trouble here. One thing I talked about earlier on the show, that has been a negative for Jameer is his walk numbers, leading the team in walks for the Bulldogs this year at 20 entering today's game. This one a called strike.
A lot of that was early. If you look at his stats, he hasn't had a big walk game as of late. He's worked on it, and him and Coach Zarnecki got in there and worked on it. So, he has cut those numbers down a lot.
3-2. Hit hard on the ground toward third, past the glove of Zarnecki and into left field. Cole Smith is on, and the Cougars got 2 on and nobody out.
Yeah, with a lot of speed in the left-hander here. Don't be surprised if you don't see a bunt now. Better draw those infield up. Loper better find his way up here. Jefferson with an opportunity to put 2 men in scoring position for Oviedo, and the hits could just keep coming here as they have a powerful lineup that can do a lot of damage. Loper's way up. John Lowry's going to call timeout, go up and talk to his hitter here, as maybe he's thinking, hey, maybe we can do a slash here or something to that effect. Try to get the ball up to third baseline and give yourself a chance to get on base. Coming out of that left-handed batter's box, a lot of speed, you slip up a little bit on this wet field, he's going to be there. Kaufman is not your regular second baseman. We're going to have to cover as Martinsburg starts to move. See if it's going to be a slash. It will be.
Yeah, Healy will pull it back and send it into shallow right center field. Charging in is Alter to make the play, so doesn't work out there for Jefferson. The out is recorded on the fly out to center.
Sometimes, even the best of us get too fancy, I guess you could say, and not just put it down there. Martinsburg did a great job. They were, John Lowry was coach was trying to get Kaufman to bail completely at second base, and Martinsburg they moved, but they didn't completely vacate the area like they would like to have wanted them to let Healy hit the ball, right through the second baseman to the right side. But Martinsburg kept enough defense there, had seen Jefferson slash enough that they didn't go all out, on the bunt. Stayed back a little bit. He flies out. They got one out, man on first and second.
Yep, 1-0 count here to Oviedo. He'll take this one for ball two, and that's the other thing. I mean, even though Healy doesn't get on there in that situation, still got Ovi to deal with here with just one out, runner in scoring position.
You got a lot to deal with Ovi and Sager on deck.
The 2-0. Oviedo's going to rip this one into left field, but able to get there is R.J. Brown for the out, so now 2 down. And like you said, Liam Sager will come to the plate, the DH. Struck out his first time.
You always say ifs, ands, and buts, but if you've got Guerra on third, does he try to tag up there? I'm not sure. It was hit hard, and RJ's coming in, so it would have been a bad thing. He wasn't going back.
Yeah.
But regardless, now you get first and second, 2 outs, and Martinsburg's a pitch away from dodging the bullet.
Well, still, maybe Oviedo's approach changes a little bit, tries to elevate the ball. So this one hit foul and out of play down the right field line for Sager. So you never know. If you have a runner on third, too, and pitch gets away. We've seen that plenty of times this season.
Yeah, the whole thing with the slash was to get the young Kaufman to vacate the whole right side of the field. That's what that was about, and it just didn't work out. Great play, like I say. We always get second guessed when we're on third base, myself included. If you make that call, he pushes it through the right side, and you're a genius. It doesn't work. He pops up, and you get second guessed. That's just coaching for you.
Yeah, even when you're John Lowry. We probably shouldn't second guess him, right? I think he knows something about baseball.
Yeah, we're probably going to hear about that. But Colin's writing it down, telling me to say it.
Yeah, well, I believe it. 1-1 count, 2 outs, fouled away.
But when you're sitting there thinking, first and second, Liam Healy up, Sager or Ovi and Sager on deck, an opportunity. But also the other part of it is that, nobody out. Jameer's giving up, a couple of base runners here. Maybe it's going to be a big inning. Let's go try for a big inning, Early in the game, we're still only in the fourth.
1-2, fouled away.
And you have the lead, so that changes your approach as well. If you're down 100%, you bunt there. You have the lead, you can do things a little differently.
It's true. But 1-2 count, 2 outs. Runners on first and second for the Cougars. Brown will step off, and overall too, if Jameer's able to work through this without any damage, you got to give credit to him and the Martinsburg defense. Brown checks the runner on second and delivers the 1-2. It's that curveball, and he froze Sager for strike 3. So Jameer Brown works out of the early threat with the leadoff walk, and the Smith single leads to no runs for the Cougars, but still a 1-0 lead for Jefferson as we head to the top of the 5th inning. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR and 210.
If you're going to hit like trash all day, I tell you what, I got a real chance here. Oh, hey, speaking of, I was coming down the road the other day back from McIntosh Valley, and I saw a billboard with these crazy deals that Panhandle Dumpsters have.
True. Hey, come on.
Oh, and did you know that if you sign up, you get your first month free? Dude, sorry, man. But I just wish somebody would have told me about these crazy deals that Panhandle Dumpsters has.
Drew, how many times have I told you to sign up for Panhandle Dumpsters? They give away discounts for first responders, veterans, and seniors. If you pay for a whole year, you get the 13th month free. Now shut up and watch me hit this drive.
Signing up with Panhandle is like a hole-in-one every day.
Just proud to be the owners who just care more. Nick Verzolini, Trip Tobin here at Sager Field. 1-0 Jefferson. Washington leads Musselman 2-0 Trip.
Yeah, Washington leads Musselman 2-0. Shout out to my Aunt Susie Puffenberger, who called and texted wants to know what's going on over at Washington. Right now, Washington's up 2-0. Couple of hits by Trace Huff, who left the game last night injured. Good to see him back in the lineup at the top of that lineup. Braylon Edwards also has a hit there. Rounds out to 3 hits for Washington. Connor Smith on the mound, 2 hits after 3 innings, and no runs, no earned given up.
This one misses for ball 1 here to Malachi Green.
Musselman opting to go with Isaac Gilbert on the mound here. He went 3 innings, gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, struck out 3, and he also has one of the 2 hits for Musselman.
Green, big swing and a miss there for a strike. Jack Gross back on the mound, already 9 strikeouts for him. This one hit on the ground toward first. A good play by Garrett. He'll step on the bag for the out.
Yeah, Martinsburg dodged a bullet last inning. Jefferson leaving base runners on. Something they generally don't do. They usually get them on and get them over and get them in, opting to try to maybe go for the bigger inning there, and did square the ball up a couple times. Oviedo hit the ball hard, but right at left fielder R.J. Brown, and then you had the big strikeout of Sager that got him out of it. So Martinsburg dodged that bullet there, keeping this at a 1-run game.
Loper at the plate. That ground out ended another one of the strikeout streaks throughout this game for Jet Gross, who went 1-2-3 in the strikeout category back in the 4th. But still, retiring batters here as Loper will foul it away. Just the 1 hit for the Bulldogs today. It came from R.J. Brown, the number 9 hole hitter, back in the 3rd inning. And that was Martinsburg's best chance to get on the board. They had the single from R.J., a walk from Jameer, but then a fly out ended that inning and that threat for the Bulldogs. 1-1 count here on Loper. He'll step out. It's Gross kind of slowing things down a little bit here, not how he typically works, but the 1-1. That one just missed for ball 2.
A lot of noise, isn't it, around us?
Yeah, Martinsburg dug out, trying to get into it a little bit, get their guys some motivation. The pitch here on 2-1. Loper's going to send it the opposite way, but right to the left fielder, Brady Roberts, for the out.
Loper got a good barrel on that one. Like I said, Loper has been heating up here towards the end of the season. And Martinsburg's going to need him if they are to make a run.
So Kaufman will hit here. He already struck out once. The 8-hole hitter batting with 2 outs here in the 5th.
Gross at forward 2/3 already, only at 63 pitches, so cruising along here. Only giving up 1 hit, 9 strikeouts with that 1 walk.
Pitch here from Jet. Low in the dirt for ball 1.
Jameers went 4 innings. Jameer Brown, 66 pitches, 41 for strikes, 3 hits, 1 run, and it's not earned on the 4 strikeouts and the 1 walk. So 2 pitchers here haven't given up an earned run, only 4 hits combined between these 2 teams.
1-0 misses inside for ball 2, so hitters count here for Kaufman, the young second baseman. Like I said, didn't get a whole lot of plate appearances during the regular season, but getting an opportunity here in the postseason to hit. It's Martinsburg, like I said, kind of going for more of a defensive lineup, trying to keep that outfield intact as there's a called strike.
It's worked out so far as Martinsburg has run down a few fly balls out there.
2-1 count here on Kaufman. And the next pitch, big swing and a miss for strike 2. It's count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1-0 Cougars here in the top half of the 5th inning between Martinsburg and Jefferson. Winner advances in the winner's bracket to the 2 games to win 1 scenario in order to advance to the regional championship series. There's a swing and a miss and another strike 3 for Jet Gross. Give them 10 of them now on the evening. And we will head to the bottom half of the 5th inning. 1-0 Jefferson. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
Panhandle Printing and Design is your full-service local print shop.
With over 50 years of combined experience, we know how to handle all of your printing and design needs.
We can handle anything, from small business cards to wrapping large vehicles. Our in-house design team can do it all. As a staple of this community, we love helping people promote their events, businesses, and anything they're passionate about. Envision, create, and bring your ideas to life with Panhandle Printing and Design.
Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information. Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information.
Back here at Sager Field, 1-0 Jefferson leading Martinsburg as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Brought to you by Trips Flooring. Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring needs? Then call Trips Flooring at 304-229-7009 or online at tripsfloorstanding.com. Trip, 1-0 Jefferson leading Martinsburg. Pitchers duel so far, like we mentioned, 2-0 in the Washington Musselman game. I mentioned, of course, the winner of this game heads into the 2 games to win 1 advantage here in the winner's bracket. Loser will play host to Spring Mills tomorrow. So.
Yeah, Spring Mills in a pretty good spot with that rain, getting all their pitching back. Losing that, we said it on the broadcast, losing that first game was not a death wish. Death, doesn't put a nail in your coffin by any means.
No, especially with how things worked out this week with the rain.
Yeah.
Obviously, coming out of the loser's bracket is a challenge. You'll have to beat one of these 2 teams back-to-back.
Mm-hmm. But with your pitching.
Yeah, Spring Mills definitely has the pitching to possibly do it, and they're fresh as well with all the days off. So should be interesting how things play out here as this one misses for a ball to Molden. Molden has a 1-1 count. He struck out his first time back in the 2nd inning. And the next pitch on 1-1 is a called strike 2. Molden, the second baseman, bats from the right side for the Cougars.
Clintock singled for Musselman and stole second. So Musselman right now, top of the 4th, has a runner on with 1 out and a chance to cut that lead in half if they can get a base hit here this inning.
Yeah, even with 13-3 loss the first time around in that matchup, as this is a ground ball to Kaufman, he'll throw to first for the out. Musselman's definitely a team you can't overlook. Everybody proved this season that they could win games in the EPAC and battle. But, this isn't soccer where they carry over all the points or the goals from the first game. It doesn't matter what you did in the first time around.
No, it's not.
If you win the elimination game, you win the elimination game.
What have you done for me lately, right?
Yeah.
Jet Gross coming to the plate, trying to help himself. 10 strikeouts for that young man today.
Yep. And Jameer Brown here on the mound has been good as well on the opposite side. He's got, let's see here, 4 strikeouts for him.
Against a very good, senior, a lot of seniors on this team, a lot of good talent on this team. Jefferson, hard lineup to get through.
Gross sends this one on the ground. Again, Kaufman active over there at second base, and he'll throw it to first for the out. Back-to-back 4-3 groundouts to begin the 5th. And we will see the top of the order in Sam Hefner.
One thing this rain has done at Hedgeville, here, wherever you play, it's slowed the infield down, made the bad hops, softer, just softened these fields up. So, usually by this time of the year, sometimes the fields are kind of hard, playing tough, especially out at Hedgeville. It can get a little rough. But this rain has certainly made these fields very nice for the defense, plush grass.
I'd say the Sager Field here today looks pretty good, honestly.
It looks beautiful, yeah. It's a lot of guys are out here working on it, and it's a beautiful night for baseball, beautiful green grass, and no wet spots. You don't see any standing water. You couldn't really tell it rained that much.
No. Yeah, we did get a lot of rain as this one's elevated into right field for Domenico, and Domenico is under it for the final out of the inning. So quick inning there for the Cougars, and the Bulldogs coming back to the plate, running out of opportunities. We'll see if they can pick things up here in the top half of the 6th inning. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
The Brown.
Mark Hughes Plumbing and HVAC is here to solve your plumbing and heating problems while meeting your renovation needs. Now serving Berkeley, Jefferson, Hampshire, and Mineral counties. We're a family-owned and operated company that's fully licensed and insured. We can do kitchen and bathroom upgrades and remodels, plumbing, HVAC and light excavation, well pumps, water heaters, and drain clearing. Call 304-620-8013. Mark's Hughes Plumbing and HVAC. We look forward to working with you.
Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti.
If you've been injured in a car accident, there are 3 things you need to know.
1, do not discuss your accident with an insurance company before you talk to a lawyer.
2, on average, car accident victims with a lawyer get over 3 times more money than those without one.
And 3, at Mansion Ferretti, if we don't win, you don't pay us, guaranteed. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
At Sager Field, 1-0 Cougars as we enter the top half of the 6th inning, which is presented to you by Parsons Ford, 1400 Shepherdstown Road, and online at parsonsford.com. They became number 1 by making you number 1 first. Parsons. R.J. Brown with the lone hit so far tonight for the Martinsburg Bulldogs will lead things off. It's R.J., Jameer, and then Zarnecki due up here. So, yeah, if Martinsburg's going to get it going, it's going to start here soon, as we are in the 6th inning, and it's only a 1-0 deficit, so that's the positive there for Martinsburg. But, I mean, based off of how things have gone tonight, this is the part of the lineup where you want to be.
Yeah, you got Brown, and Zarnecki. You got 9-1-2-3. Get Brown on, a lot of speed.
This one, a ball outside on the first pitch, and the only other players to put the ball in play tonight, or the only other player, there's only been 2, Loper and Green, outside of, R.J., Jameer, and Zarnecki. So
Martinsburg trying to get something to fall, trying to get something going here, trying to get Brown on, and Jet Gross out there is looking like he wants to shut the door.
1-1 count, pitch from Gross, fouled away.
You got the walk to Brown, Jameer Brown, that is, and the base hit from R.J. Brown. And that's the only thing that's keeping Jet Gross from being perfect through 5.
Yep. 1-2. It's a chopper hit foul down the third base line. So count remained 1 ball, 2 strikes.
That could have worked out well for Brown if it stayed fair, that swing and bunt. 2 strikes, everybody moved back. R.J. Brown, you can see him on the screen if you're watching on TV, went back to the stirrups.
Yeah.
He's been keeping them down all year. He had stirrups on all last year when he was doing a lot of running.
feel like earlier this season.
Yeah, I think he did, and he went back. Now he's back to being RJ.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he just feels more like himself the way he's been hitting a lot better recently, getting on base, providing a nice spark here at the bottom of the order.
Baseball players are crazy. If you do one thing one night and you have a good night, you do that. You continue to do that until you.
1-2, a little bit high for ball 2.
Yeah, you don't step on the line. Some of them don't wash their uniforms, which that doesn't make any sense. It's the same uniform, different dirt.
I don't know. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Maybe I guess just the sweat. You want to carry that over. Maybe, I don't know. But give him 11 now for Jet Gross.
That was a big strike out there because if he can get on base, that changes things a little bit, tremendously, with that speed of his.
Yeah, you could try to steal. I mean, you'd be running on Cole Smith, which, like you said, very good catcher.
And the left-handed Jet Gross holding runners, tough to do.
Yeah, so you'd put Martinsburg would also be put in a weird situation because you'd have your best hitter at the plate with a runner on, but you probably would have to bunt. But obviously in this situation, they'd rather be maybe in that situation than one out, obviously.
Yeah, we've seen what Jameer can do.
Yeah.
And,
I don't know. It'd be a tough situation.
And we've seen what Jet can do. This is a big matchup here. Jameer can certainly tie this thing up with one swing, but I think as we've seen earlier, they're not going to feed him anything middle.
The 2-0. Or they will. Jameer's going to put good swing on it, but into center field, and Sam Hefner is good there for the out. So quickly here, 2 away here in the 6th. And Zarnecki to the plate.
1-0 ball game. How many times have we seen Martinsburg with Grant or Jameer on the mound playing, a very competitive team with this young lineup, and then, be within a run here late. Well, Martinsburg, what's could they ask for? I mean, they're not in a bad position.
No. But now you're just running out of opportunities at this point against a guy that's been very dominant.
Yeah, let me finish. My thought is you're not in a very bad position, but with Jack Gross on the mound, he's making it a very tough task to get on base.
1-0 is strike 1.
Working quick. He's pitched in some big games this year. You don't see any nerves out there with him.
And the 1-1 fouled away. That one into the dugout.
Once again, Coach Tanner Everton Ducks doesn't protect his players. Doesn't care who gets hit behind him. Supposed to be a coach and a mentor over there, and he just each man for yourself, right?
Sometimes you got to learn that in life, 1-2 is high for ball 2.
A couple weeks ago, if he wasn't with us on the broadcast, the ball got rifled in there and just missed him. And as that dugout bailed out of the way that night as well.
2-2, high this time for ball 3. So Zarnecki trying to extend the inning. Gross takes the hat off.
One thing about Zarnecki, he doesn't strike out a lot, and he sees a lot of pitches, and he's not going to offer for a bad pitch. If he gets struck out looking, he generally doesn't feel like maybe he was robbed on it, but he's definitely I'm sure he's Martinsburg's best on-base percentage guy.
3-2, Zarnecki will send it into the air, right field, and makes the catch is Liam Healy. Zarnecki's also not struck out tonight. He's 0 for 3, but all flyouts for the Bulldogs, but still an out nonetheless as we will head to the bottom half of the 6th. Jefferson trying to add some insurance. It's West Virginia High School Baseball and Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
In the market for a new vehicle? Then look no further than CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg and CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg, all in one convenient location. We have hundreds of new and used vehicles available, so you'll be sure to find exactly what you're looking for. And with CMA's Love It or Leave It promise and our lifetime powertrain warranty, you can buy with confidence. Visit us online at CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg.com and CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg.com, where owners just care more.
1-0 Jefferson leads Martinsburg here as we head to the bottom half of the 6th inning, which is brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Go to fordofhagerstown.com. If you don't like it, they'll take it back.
How many miles?
I don't know about that part, but I'm guessing relatively early.
Maybe it takes me a while to know if I like something or not.
About 2,000 miles
I've been married for 31 years. I don't know for sure about that girl yet or not either. They trade her in, right?
Yeah.
See if her mom or dad would take her back.
I don't know. Maybe you get to like 80, 100,000 miles, and you're like, you know what? I don't know if I still want it.
I don't think I like this. You talking about on my wife or on the car?
The car.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I would hope that you still like your wife, but, that's a discussion for YouTube to figure out, I guess.
Still 2-0 at Musselman for those tuned in watching the game. Martinsburg Jefferson game, top of the 5th. As it Gilbert to the plate, Ryder Gans is on first with 1 out.
0-1 count here as this one misses low for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike here on Dominguez, the number 2 hitter. He's 0 for 2 with a ground out and a fly out so far. Jameer Brown still on the mound for the Bulldogs. Both guys have been very efficient so far. The pitch from Jameer is popped up and foul for strike 2.
Top of the 7th, Martinsburg's last chance is going to be Alter Domenico Henderson. And certainly Jet Gross has plenty of pitches to get through that inning, so no threat there as long as he stays efficient and doesn't have a crazy inning.
The 1-2, fouled away. Of course, Jefferson here at the top of the order would like to get to its 3-4 guys with a runner on. Seen Guerra rip a double and have a walk. Smith with a pair of hard-hit singles. So they've been definitely the biggest contributors offensively to this 1-0 lead for Jefferson. As here's a breaking ball check swing, and he went around for strike 3.
Yeah, he got him. That was definitely swing there. Curveball up, couldn't stay off of it. Check the swing. Brings up Guerra. His position is the only position, or his spot's the only spot to score a run tonight. After he got into a hitter's count early, stayed behind the baseball, drove into the right field corner, then a crazy play on Cole Smith's base hit up the middle that hit the mound, or Jameer Brown's foot went over towards first, and they got away, allowing Surf
breaking
to score.
Ball is lined into center field. It's a 2-hit day for Guerra with a double and now a single. He also has the walk back in the 4th, and Cole Smith will come to the plate.
Yeah, stayed behind that curveball, waited on it, let it break, and got after it. Coach Lowry's going to get a runner here, I believe.
Yeah.
And a re-entry.
Yep, so number 7 is going to come on and run.
I couldn't hear what the announcer said.
I don't have the scorecard with
number
me.
7 here.
But that was,
I think he said, and he might have said Tragan Kinsler, possibly, if I heard him correctly. Don't trust my ears.
No, Rolfe.
Rolfe. Okay.
Andrew Rolfe.
Andrew Rolfe.
Or Rolfe.
See how it's close. Trajan Kinsler, Andrew Rolfe.
I thought he said Wolf, so I was kind of.
I
was way off.
With my headset on, I just heard some mumbling. But Rolfe on the run here for
throw over, not in time. Rolfe will slide back safely.
Ryder Gans was erased up at Musselman. The runner on first base was caught stealing. Left-handed Cole Smith to Robbie Lopez, the second baseman.
This one stolen base as Rolfe is in there. Martinsburg, I think, initially thought they got him. But now a runner in scoring position here for one of the best hitters in the state. Not just best hitting pitchers, one of the best hitters in the state.
Yeah, and he's been tough tonight to get out as well, as he's got a couple base hits here. Got a chance here to give him team an insurance run.
And the pitch on 0-2 is popped up, but it's in the infield here. Second baseman Kaufman makes the play. Done a nice job tonight defensively over there at second. As the fly out now brings us to 2 outs, and Liam Healy at the plate, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of fly outs for himself. So can Healy come through and add to this 1-0 Cougar lead, or will Martinsburg be able to head into the 7th with just a 1-0 lead to deal with for Jefferson? As the pitch here to Healy is a called strike.
Nice pitch there, backdoor curveball. Did see Healy last time stay behind the fastball out there and drive it down the left field line, just foul. That could have been a lot of trouble with the speed that he has, and the speed on the bases right now is not going to take much more than just a single in the grass.
So one pitch. It's high and inside for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike on Healy. 5-hole hitter today, right fielder.
Very good pitch there. You know, Jameer Brown, if Martinsburg doesn't find a way to, to win this game, it's going to be his umpteenth hard luck loss of the year. Unbelievable. The man has the stats that he has and not having more wins.
1-1, breaking ball, called strike 2.
He just doesn't get quite the run support, or like I said in the beginning, he just seems to get bad breaks when he's out there, like the ball that hit him in the foot there and made it over the right field. Just crazy things happen. The dropped fly ball against Musselman in a 1-1 ball game earlier this year.
1-2, slapped the opposite way and over the glove of the leaping Grant Henderson and into left field. Rolf will slide early, but still be able to make it home to give Jefferson a 2-0 lead here over Martinsburg.
Yeah, great piece of hitting by Liam Healy to give him that insurance run as he stayed behind that baseball, drove it right over Grant Henderson, who give it all he had was his vertical. Got into left field. Really wasn't a chance to get him from R.J. Brown, but he did make the throw, and Rolf slides, called the edge of that little bit of turf, and came up about 4 foot short.
Yeah. So maybe I guess he did have a chance to get him, but it's not the case there. 2-0 Jefferson now. Looks like Danner's grabbed a bat as well. He'll hit for Sager if we see him.
Sager with a couple strikeouts, so Jefferson with that depth.
Runner and Healy easily takes second with the stolen base.
Yeah, Jefferson gets runners on there. They have speed and they will run, and they're going
to walk Ovi.
So they'll walk Ovi to go to Danner, which I kind of doesn't, I agree with that call. Ovi's too, not going to let, give yourself an opportunity for an out at every base, pinch hitter on deck. That spot has struck out a few times, so they're going to take a shot with the new hitter with an opportunity to get an out at any base here.
I think I was looking earlier, too. Danner hasn't hit as well as he did last year. So
he hasn't had as many attempts to get into a groove either. So, hitting's about reps, and he's been predominantly pitching a lot this year. And with the talent that they have there, they've been able to keep him healthy and strong for the playoffs, to pitch.
Yeah, only 42 at-bats for him in 19 games where he's hit in, so not a ton.
What's he hit?
119. So it's been a little bit of a struggle, but considering that, he does get on base decently at 255. And has had some RBIs as well, 13 RBIs. So he's been good in these kind of situations. Throw back from Jameer. Sailed on him a little bit, but Henderson gets to it. Two outs, 2 on, and Danner's going to chop this one high into the air. Zarnecki leaps up for it, makes a poor throw, though. It's past the first baseman, and that'll allow the run to come in to score, and Healy, weird hop. Zarnecki got to it, had, I think, a little bit more time than what he realized, and the throw got away from him rolled all the way past the glove of Loper and into foul territory, and that allowed the run to come across easily for Jefferson, so a 3-0 game.
Yeah, that ball, he threw it. He must have lost the grip or something because it barely made it to the pitcher's mound and skidded across there, sent Loper chasing it over into the dirt there. Couldn't do anything with it. Now they're going to bring Cam Wien to the plate. He's going to pinch hit here for Moulton. Moulton with a strikeout and a ground out. So Jefferson once again going to their bench, which is generally pretty deep, and this year is no different. So this 3-run lead with Jet Gross on the mound is, kind of feels insurmountable if you remember the way he's been pitching, but, he's actually had to sit for a little bit here.
Yeah, could be
a cooling off
to Martinsburg's advantage, possibly, but
I doubt that he's cooled off. He's probably amped up over there, ready to go.
Wien fouls this one away. 2 runners in scoring position here for Jefferson as well, so a chance to make it a very comfortable 4 or 5-0 lead, depending on what Wien can do here with 2 outs.
Gross is at 83 pitches, so plenty of pitches there, 27 before he would have to be removed, and he's thrown very efficient. He's on deck.
Pitch here, called a strike. 0-2 count. 2 outs, 2 on. Bottom half of the 6th inning between Martinsburg and Jefferson. Here in this regional playoff game, swing and a miss, strike 3. So that ends the inning. But Jefferson adds 2 to its 1-0 lead to make it 3-0. Led to the 7th. See if Jet Gross can go the complete game and get the win for the Cougars, or if Martinsburg can fight back and possibly tie it up or take the lead. This is West Virginia High School playoff baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
Nothing. Jefferson leads against Martinsburg in this regional tournament. Christian Alter will lead things off. Pair of strikeouts so far for him tonight. If Jefferson wins, they will advance in the winner's bracket with 2 games to win, 1 to advance to the regional playoff series, best of 3 against the winner of the Hedgesville, Washington, and Musselman side of the bracket. Yep. If things stand, then that means Spring Mills will head back to Martinsburg tomorrow night. We'll be there for that one, as this one's hit into right field and 1 out as Healy's under it, and Alter flies out to begin the 7th.
Yeah, I was going to say, we talked about the Jet sitting over there a little bit, getting that cushion. He's probably amped up, not a doubt that he's iced, but he needs to, stay within himself, not try to overdo anything, and just do what he's done to get him to this, to this great performance he's had so far tonight.
Yep, so Domenico will come to the plate. Pair of strikeouts for him so far. It's pretty much the box score, it feels like, for everybody tonight, as Jack Gross has been very dangerous with a strikeout pitch. 11 of them, I believe, we're at so far. And the pitch here to Domenico. Called strike here. 1 ball, 1 strike.
All those Wiens and Danner were all pinch hit re-entry, so the defense remains the same as it when the game started for
the
Jefferson.
1-1 hit on the ground towards second. Moulton charges in, throws up the line, and Guerra got the tag on Domenico. Nice play by the first baseman.
Yeah, nice play by Gary Moulton. Came in kind of on a do or die, stayed down, threw across his body without being able to have time to turn and set himself, and threw a little wide. Garrett went and got it. Big man there with a big wingspan goes and gets it and makes the tag on the way by.
So Grant Henderson will come to the plate. Pair of strikeouts for him as well. So third time around, these guys making contact, but still not a whole lot of hard contact against Jet Gross to this point. And there's the pitch that misses inside for ball one. And defense still the same. Cole Smith behind the plate. Oviedo at third. Dominguez at short. Moulton at second. Guerra at first. Roberts, Hefner, Healy from left to right in your outfield. Here's a called strike one at the knees on Grant Henderson.
Still 2-0 at Washington.
1-1 here. Foul tipped in the glove for strike two.
Washington has nobody out, bases loaded. Robbie Lopez at the plate looking to add to that victory and send Musselman home for the season.
We wait the 1-2.
Add to that.
And the pitch hit on the ground over to Oviedo. Fields it cleanly. Strong throw to first, and Jefferson wins. And now holds the 2 games to win one advantage over either Spring Mills or Martinsburg. The Bulldogs will head back home to take on Spring Mills tomorrow night, 7 p.m. First pitch is the time scheduled for now. We'll see if there's any sort of move-ups with how the weather's been this week. I guess nothing's guaranteed there, but 3-0 win for the Cougars over the Bulldogs. We'll go ahead and take a 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, we'll have the Palace Lounge post-game show. Hear from head coach John Lowry Sr. as well as our player of the game. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
My kids, you know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Someone asked me, who's the brains behind Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers?
And what did you say?
I said it was a team effort. Everyone works together to win for our clients.
Well, that's true and very noble of you.
But I could still beat you in cornhole.
You're on. If you're hurt and almost heaven, dial the 7s. 304-777-7777.
SkinnerWins.com.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanic Insurance Companies. For over a century, we have been dedicated to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. We specialize in auto, home, farm, and business insurance. Our products are backed with personal, hands-on service. You can trust us to protect what matters most to you. For all of your insurance needs, there's Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies.
We're back here on the post-game show, which is brought to you by the Palace Lounge, located on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg. Full lunch and dinner menu is on their Facebook page. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Trip Tobin here, as we head into the post-game show. And Trip, just your thoughts on this one. I mean, pretty competitive game overall between the two pitchers. Martinsburg, they just couldn't get any offense going.
No, they just could not get any offense going against that Jet Gross. Jet has done once again what he's done most of the year here, dominate, when he's on the mound and give his team a chance to win. His ERA is phenomenal. His whip is unbelievable. There's a couple guys in this EPAC that have some video game numbers on the year, as far as pitching stats, and him being one of them. And just, he went out and did what he does. Jefferson give him finally there at the end, give him a little bit of cushion, but it's really hard to pitch against, regardless of who you're pitching against. It's really, really tough to pitch when every single pitch matters and it's 0-0 or 1-0. And, when he was pitching and you look out there, you can see the confidence in him and Jameer both. They didn't look like they were playing in 1-0 playoff games, for juniors. These guys are just juniors. They're not seniors. I mean, they've been on the varsity team for a couple years, but they look pretty seasoned, and here they basically have this whole season under their belt too. And I think the difference is that Martinsburg offensively, probably doesn't have some guys there that can protect some of their better hitters, so their better hitters don't see great pitches to hit. And even when there's runners in scoring position, you can kind of pitch around them a bit and force them to try to extend the strike zone to help their team. Jefferson, on the other hand, you got to watch, 1 through 9 for the most part. If they're not hitting, if they're not Guerra or Smith or Ovi or one of those guys hitting for power, then you got to deal with Healy and Hefner and those guys that can hit it in the gap and run the bases like crazy, and Dominguez, and they're just a really tough lineup to get out. So hats off to those guys. It's right there on top. It's right here. Jet, it's right here. There you go. He's a good pitcher, but he's not a good interviewer, is he?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how he does. But we're joined here by Jet Gross, our player of the game, which is brought to you by Parsons Ford, located at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons, Jet, I mean, you rolled tonight. Just one hit allowed, 11 strikeouts for you through the complete game, one walk as well. I mean, what was clicking for you?
Just, key plays on my defense and just my curveball. Been doing a lot better.
Threw the ball really well a couple of times. There's a lot of, you strung together at one point in time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strikeouts in a row. Came back with 3 strikeouts in a row. Worked quick, against this lineup. When you look at that Martinsburg's lineup, you have some guys that can do some damage up there, and then there's some guys that you feel like maybe you can, get the best of. How do you attack the lineup like that?
Just try to, first time through, just try to figure out all the weaknesses and then go from there.
Pitched all game long was just a 1-run lead. That's basically means every pitch counts, when you're doing that. A base runner got on, 2-0 count to Jameer. At that point, you have to be really, really careful, not to give up the lead on one pitch. What was said without giving up too much, what was said in the mound visit there when Coach Lowry come out and you come in and regained your composure?
Just he wanted me to get my timing down and then get us a ground ball to get out of it.
All right. So now you got to be beat twice or you're going to the region. Martinsburg's going to play a knockout game against Spring Mills. You guys are coming back. Tonight you get to pitch and you got to hit tonight. How'd that feel?
Good. Felt great.
Feel great. So how many strikeouts? 11?
Yeah, 11.
11.
Not bad.
Not bad. Not a bad night. 11 strikeouts. Went the distance. Got that extra insurance there. You come out pumped up there in the 7th inning. How'd it feel to get that last out?
Felt great. Key play by Ovi.
Key play by Ovi. All right. Well, congratulations. Hopefully we'll see you here in a day or two.
Thank you, Coach Tripp.
Jet Gross gets the win with the 11 strikeouts on the mound. See if we're joined by Coach Lowry as well, or if maybe just a player. I'm not exactly sure.
If we can get Tanner over here.
Yeah, I mean, that's a coach. But
asking about his reflexes on those foul balls.
That's true. I don't know what else he would provide insight on, but I don't know. But anyway, we'll go over our game scoring summary here for you as Jefferson took that 1-0 lead early on. Added 2 more in the bottom of the 6th. 3 runs on 6 hits for the Cougars. Martinsburg, no runs, 1 hit, 2 errors for them. Game scoring summary brought to you by the Mansion Freddie Law Firm in Martinsburg, where it's about seeking justice for you. Go to WVJusticeLawyers.com. Now I'll give you the game stats here tonight. Brought to you by CMA's Martinsburg and Winchester dealerships. Proud to be the owners who just care more. Sam Hefner was hitless. Dominguez was hitless, but Guerra added 2 hits. Smith added 2 hits. 1 hit from Healy, 1 hit from Danner. That totals up for the 6. Jet Gross as I mentioned, on the mound, 7 innings, 1 hit, 11 strikeouts, 1 walk. And then for Martinsburg here tonight, just the 1 hit coming from R.J. Brown. As Jameer Brown on the other side, pretty good pitching matchup, or pretty good pitching performance for him as well. 6 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, 1 earned, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts.
I mean, how many times has he had, a stat line where he has 1, 2 earned runs and get the loss? It's just crazy, the numbers he's put up. But that's synonymous with a young team of Martinsburg, and then, in the playoffs here facing top-tier pitching, you're gonna have to, get a hit here and there, get a little bit of luck, like Coach Bowler said, and make some things go your way. Generally, they love to be in, they want to be in the game late. The game put pressure on Jefferson, but Jefferson, had gotten, just have seen that, played a lot of tight games this year. And, with Jet on the mound, you could just see Jefferson's confidence. And never felt like, I don't think if you ask anybody in that dugout if they ever thought they were going to lose, they would say no. And I think they felt like with Jet on the mound, that 1-0 lead was, 4, 5, 6-0 the way he was throwing. So when you have a guy on the mound like that, it keeps you from tightening up on the field as well. So those guys did a great job. And, he just puts that team on his back, much like Jameer and Henderson do over at Martinsburg side. So just couldn't be happier to see the talent that we have here. And, Martinsburg's got a big task ahead of them tomorrow with Cumberland, possibly, Bradley Butts, who's gotten them once already. So, Spring Mill's in a good place. They could get a win tomorrow against Martinsburg and still have plenty of pitching. Martinsburg, on the other hand, probably has to, not going to, more than likely, not short start, Henderson, and hope to get a win there and then bring Henderson back here and get a repeated performance of the win that he got down here a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, we'll see how it plays out. I mean, should be some great baseball, though, as usual here in the EPAC. But for Alec Epperson and Kyler Hyde, Dylan Bishop back in the studio, Trip Tobin, Colin McLaughlin, I'm Nick Verzolini saying so long here from Sager Field. Once again, your final score, Jefferson 3, Martinsburg 0. We'll see you tomorrow night at Martinsburg as we'll have the Bulldogs and the Spring Mills Cardinals. It's West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
You've been listening to West Virginia High School Baseball. Today's game broadcast has been brought to you by
Trips Flooring, Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, Burke Schultz Herman and Jenkinson Personal Injury Attorneys, Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies, the Larry DeMarco Team at Century 21 Modern Realty Results, Cody's Auto Body, Hagerstown Ford, Brown's Funeral Home and Cremations Robert Fields & Sons, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, Floor Pools, Smallwood and Small Insurance, CMA Martinsburg and Winchester Dealerships, Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, the Palace Lounge, WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, the Murius Group Ameriprise Financial Services LLC, and the Berkeley County Health Department.
For the continued excitement of high school, college, and Major League Baseball, keep it tuned to FM 106.5, AM 740, Comcast Cable Channel 10, and online talkradio WRNR.com. All rights reserved.